we will live a sweatless life with Christ. And what that looks like is that you don't have to worry about what's next. We already know what the devil's trying to do. Okay. Skip him, uno out. Okay? What's up, y'all? Welcome back for another episode of Succeeding in Singleness. My name is Janae, and I am your host for this podcast. Look, one thing about Succeeding in Singleness, we are going to succeed. Why? Because I'm not giving y'all another choice. Look, God wants you to thrive in this season. I want you to do it as well. Shoot, I want that for myself. And that's what this podcast is all about. We are talking about any and everything from dating, finances, our walk with Christ, whatever it may be. This is what we are doing. And I want y'all to come along with me. We're going to do this together. Okay? Okay. All right. So now this particular episode, I don't have any notes for this particular episode just because I'm like, look, I'm just going to keep it real. We're going to keep it also like, it's not going to be a long episode. I'm trying to make sure of it, but I just want to keep it real in this and go from there. So this part of the episode, I talk about girl. Let's get real. And this is where I tell a story so that it's more relatable, so that when I end with the points, it all comes together. But once again, this one is a free for all, so it's going to be a little bit different. But no more excuses about what God has called you to do, what he's already said for you to do, what you know to do, all these type of things. No more excuses, okay? And that's where I'm at. I'm like, I keep thinking I can do something else. I keep thinking there's going to be something else coming up for me to do, or it may switch on out, or like, no, maybe he doesn't really mean for me to do this. And it's like, girl, be for real. Be for real and call me back. Like, no, ma'am, no ham. So I am just here to talk about just like reminding y'all, but also talking to myself about no more excuses. Let's get to the point where we realize and recognize what God is telling us to do and just do it. Do the first step. And typically that's the hardest part, which is crazy because it's just us doing. We want to go further in life. We want to do this. We want to do that, but it's all in the doing. We are capable, and realizing too that we are equipped and capable of doing exactly what God has called us to do. It's really interesting to me because sometimes we can visualize exactly what our lives could look like and where we could be within the next year. Within the next 3 months. But a lot of us just won't take the first step. It's almost like being stuck just up here in your head about the task, about just the idea of doing something that's new, and it cripples us. It paralyzes us in our thoughts, which causes us to not even be able to walk it out. And I really want to encourage everybody that's listening, if you're like that, to just get past it, push past it, pray through it, because it's like God has already told you to do it. Knowing that he really has everything set up for you. So it's not like you have to figure things out. It's just, okay, you told me to do what? Okay, bet I'm gonna do this. So being quick to obey, being a prompt to do believer, that's what our lives should look like. That's what our lives should reflect. Once again, I talked about in the other episode about Jonah. Like, God called Jonah to go to Nineveh, and Jonah was like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not going. I don't want to do that. And rerouted his whole life. Thank the Lord he came back. But then God still said, still go to Nineveh and do what I asked. Thank you. Of course, that's not how he said it. That's how I'm saying it. But that's what I just can visualize on my end. Because look, all the things I tell you to do, there's benefits with it. There's prosperity, there's clarity, there's peace of mind, all these things when we follow after exactly what he wants us to do. And that's what I have to keep, honestly, like if I have to always remind myself of that. So yeah, you may be like, man, I didn't really see myself doing this in this particular season of my life. And I'm like, look, I get it. I get you. I'm on your side. But I do encourage you to remind yourself that God has equipped you to be able to execute all the things that he has placed in your heart. You can do it. Greater is he that lives within us. We don't have to lean onto our own understanding. He provides every single one of our needs. All these reminders in his word should cause you to be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do what he said. Let me go ahead and take that first step. Take the first step. And you will start to see a shift in your life. You will start to see things coming together like never before. Where you used to be stuck, used to not understand why it's going like this. It's be like, you know what? I see it now. I get it now because I've decided to obey God. That's why I'm just coming over here. It's just some days when I'm just like, Janae, what's going on? What's causing you to not do? What is this? And I'm like, sometimes I think I have to lean on my own strength. I think I have to do it by myself. So I start creating all these thoughts and I'm just like, well, I can't do this by myself. How am I do that? Where's that money coming for that particular thing? Or like, how is this going to make sense? And it's just like, who told you to make it make sense? You don't have to make it make sense. You have a Father that has everything set in stone for you to finish your race. And I want to finish my race well. Okay? I don't want to have to be huffing and puffing. I don't want to have to be like, Lord, give me a second. Let me drink some more water. I want to be able to like have a good pace with this race that God has set before me. And I want that. I want this race to be a sweatless race. Sweatless. We will live a sweatless life with Christ. And what that looks like is that you don't have to worry about what's next. We already know what the devil's trying to do. Okay. Skip him uno out. Okay? So we already aware of that, but we know who's greater than that. Way greater. And it's God. We have the ultimate person to tag team with to go about this life. And I'm excited, and that keeps me encouraged. It's so possible also to end out this year on a high note, to end out this year different than what you were before. We all, you always hear people say this, like, you can start. You don't have to wait till the new year to start, but I get why people want to start, right? Something about the new year is like a fresh start, a new you type of thing. And I totally agree I get it. But I also want to challenge myself to not have to wait till a new year to come for me to get it right. I should look at every single day as a grateful moment for one to be able to see another day. So I should treat this day as a new day, new me type of thing, and going after it with a better mindset each and every day, just getting better and better. Not striving for perfection because I don't want to like overthink it, like, oh, I should, not that type of thing, but like striving each day to get better and better. Striving each day to get better and better. And that's what I look at now about each day of my life versus trying to say like, oh, what can I do here? What can I do there? I got to get out my head. This up here is navigating so much. And I'm like, no, I need God to step in. I need his word to be what's navigating my life, what's telling me which way to go, what's telling me how to look at a situation, how to respond to a situation. Not my feelings, not my emotions, not what people think I should do, or not even going to people for things. I want to go straight to his word. I want to go straight to prayer with him and having him let me know, Holy Spirit, like what to do in these moments. That's what I'm seeking after. That's what I am desiring in this season of my life, to stop doing what I used to do or how I used to approach things when it gets hard. No, you know exactly what you should be doing. You know exactly who you to lean on. Stop trying to lean on yourself. Stop. When I think about who God has placed in my hands, and I've decided to be like, oh, no, I don't want to carry that, or like, no, that's too much, or like, I had having this debate with God about what I'm to do and how it's supposed to look and all these type of things, it delays who he has given in my hand. It's delaying who I could, assist in setting free from something, or getting clarity about something, or having them push forward and doing their business idea. All these type of things, I have to remind myself, like, stop thinking about you because he has equipped you. There's nothing else to figure out. And I just be sitting there like, it's all up here. And I have to remind myself, I have the mind of Christ. I have a sound mind because I've decided to renew my mind in his word each and every day. meditating on his word, speaking his word, praying out his word, singing his word, praising him. Like, these things is what keeps my mind thinking on things that's true, lovely, and a good report, all these type of things, so that I'm not stuck up here, paralyzed up here on what I'm supposed to do next, paralyzed on actually executing what I already know to do. I'm tired of the excuses, but I also know that type of thing happens too when you're sometimes, if I'm gonna just talk for me, I know that happens too when I know my prayer life has been lacking, when I don't spend as much time with him, and so I get stuck. It happens every single time. Sometimes, yes, life, because if I've got a lot of stuff to do, I'm like, how am I, what? But that's also proper planning, so that's another story, right? But these are the things that I'm just like, Janae, no more excuses. So starting today, I'm just like, let's end out this month and the last month of the year properly. Lord, I'm trusting you, and this is what this looks like, trusting you. Yeah, it's just go time. So that's what I just wanted to talk about. Was there any order with that? No, I was just talking. And yeah, it's just, I like that I can just keep it real with y'all, and y'all can keep it real with me. Prayerfully you got something out of it, because like I said, it was just coming from the heart. This is just where I'm at right now, at this point in my life. It's just so crazy how the mind works, and where it thinks how it can start making you think or feel a certain way, when it's like, no, this may be what I'm seeing in front of me, around me, but it doesn't have to be permanent. I look forward to the new year, but I also look forward to finishing out this year properly. Y'all will see a shift. Hold me accountable. I don't care how hard it may be. I don't care how frustrated I may end up getting. I don't care. It's time to push through. So yeah, so if you're on the board to being able to really renew your mind in the word, so not allowing your mind to keep you stuck, and also to in and out this year properly, let me know, okay? And then look, we can rock this out together, okay? Okay, great. Once again, I appreciate y'all for listening in. If you are watching via video, what's good, what's papa locking? But yeah, so I will see y'all in the next episode. But also to be sure to follow us on Instagram at Succeeding in Singleness. And if you want to follow me, my Instagram is Nay2Curly. And of course, if you are watching via YouTube, be sure to subscribe, share this. Okay, even if you're listening to it on podcast, share it as well. And yeah, y'all, I will see y'all in the next episode. Peace.